F3 podcast, where we discuss all things that pertain to faith, family, and finances. We are your
Yes.
hosts today. I am Dr. Lionel M. Blair Sr., and I'm sitting next to my wonderful, gorgeous, glorious wife. She is the sainted mother herself, Saint Jasmine the First, Dr. Jasmine Blair.
Listen, welcome everybody to the F3 podcast. Listen, if this is your first time with us, be sure to like, subscribe, and share. Hit the notification bell so you'll be notified every time we premiere a new episode. Check us out wherever your favorite podcasts are streamed. You can take us on the go with you. You can check out our links in the description box and the show notes for some of our books and other products and services. And you can find out not only how you can be a supporter of the podcast, but you can also drop a topic suggestion, something you want to hear about, something you want to know. Listen, no subject is off limits. So if they're not going to talk about it in your church, ask your question. Leave us that voicemail, and your topic may be the topic on the next episode. So we're going to put something out interesting today because with, all the stuff that's going on in the news, if you, I don't watch too much of the news, but if you watch at least a little bit of the news, you've heard a lot of the chatter of everything that's going on. And, the housing markets here, their apartment prices are through the roof. In some places, they're playing up to like $3,000 for an apartment.
That's ridiculous.
For like a 2-bedroom. So with all of this going on and, people talking about the possibility of, another wave of some kind of pandemic and, what that's going to look like, we felt it necessary to talk about modern biblical communities. All right. Because in the early days in the book of Acts, they lived in a community in a way so that nobody lacked among them.
Right.
And while everybody may not have had everything they necessarily wanted, everybody had what they needed. Back then when you chose, and I've said this before, when you chose God in the days of Acts, there was no plan B. All right. You chose God. You chose to leave your home, your job, and pick up and follow Christ. There was no plan B. You was excommunicated. You was disinherited, all of that stuff. So those among them in the community that became their mother, their father, their brother and sister, literally those who did the will of the Father, as Jesus said. So we're going to talk about today, what does this look like today, especially with all this going on? I'm going to kick it over to you first to talk about this a little bit.
Well, I mean, it don't really look too much different than it did in ancient times, except the fact that we are under a different kind of pressure today than they were back then.
Mm-hmm.
However, I think that if we look at the principles of how they lived, first of all, they had their own banking system. Yeah, because they sold land and they bought all the extra money and they laid it at the apostles' feet, right? And distribution was given according to how everyone had need. So the apostles were over the pot, not a trustee board.
You remember how mad somebody got when you put a clip up on that?
Yeah, I don't care.
That's not in the Bible, brother.
Oh, yes, it is. As a matter of fact, apostles handling the money is more biblical than a trustee or a treasurer. But anyway, I mean, Judas was an apostle. Even Judas had the bag. Anyway, but so, and see, I could chase that rabbit. I'm not going to do that. But the apostles was over the bank, so to speak, the community bank, where everybody came and bought their money, and they took care of the needs of the community. Everybody in the community, everybody ate. Won't nobody naked.
Oh.
Huh? If it was modern times today, if that same model was implemented today, okay, everybody would have a vehicle for their family. Everybody would have a place to stay. You understand what I'm saying? The church would own their own land and build houses or condominiums or apartments or whatever on the property. Everybody would live within their means and their measure. And then, of course, there's always opportunity for growth and increase, of course, but the point is everybody would be taken care of. You know, I look at some of these ancient churches, like these Baptist churches, been up for like 130 something years. Y'all sitting on all that ancient money and ain't doing nothing but keeping a building open on certain days of the week. You should be buying the block.
Come on.
You should be owning. Listen, the church should be owning the farmland, not Bill Gates.
Oh, somebody caught it.
The church should be owning all of the farmland, not Bill Gates. The church is one of the richest entities in the world. First of all, let's talk about the black church. $1 billion entity. But the only one that's rich is the bishops. Okay. Huh? $1 billion industry. Okay. And you put more into you want to build a cathedral, okay, with a congregation full of people that's struggling. I for one refuse to put more in a building than I put into people.
That part.
You know, people looking at us, oh, blah ain't buying no building yet. No, we gonna buy a building. We need to have some other things in place to help the people.
Right. That's right.
Because if I buy a building, we're gonna have regular financial classes in that thing.
That's it.
I'm gonna bring in experts and everything else to help the congregation get their money right. You understand? We got to do better with building our communities. But see, those that are in the communities, first, you got to get out of survival mode. Okay. Because survival mode makes you selfish. Survival mode makes you satisfied with being on welfare and food stamps and WIC and all kinds of other public assistance. Survival mode. And you will never be prosperous being in survival mode. But it's hard to get a community together because everybody is satisfied with their own. Number one. Number two, you got people that's selfish with their resources. God bless you to be a blessing. No, I work hard for mine. Ain't nobody going to get what I work hard for.
Silly.
So then you want the next man to struggle like you had to struggle. You're wicked. And that's why it's hard to find good financial mentorship out here too. Because a lot of these guys, not all of them, but a lot of them want you to struggle how they struggled. I'm not talking about giving a handout. No. In all your years of experience, you can show me a shorter route. It took you 30 years. It shouldn't take me 30 years.
That's right.
Matter of fact, it took you 30 years. It shouldn't take me 20 years.
No.
Because all of your experience and through all your mistakes, you should have enough wisdom to show me how to get it faster.
Unless you just didn't steward the wisdom along the way.
Yeah. And then if that's the case, you shouldn't be teaching nobody. Because you're probably barely getting afloat yourself. My ceiling is supposed to be your floor.
That's it.
Your ceiling is supposed to be my floor. So if your ceiling is not my floor, and we're on the same equal playing field, if I gotta walk it how you walked it, what is your purpose? What is your purpose? I can go learn it from someone else. So we got to get rid of that spirit in the church. We got to get rid of that spirit in the church. And then we have to see the value of one another. We don't see the value of one another. We don't see the value of the community. So some of y'all will put more into your dysfunctional relatives who ain't gonna never change.
That part.
Or who have not showed no signs of change into the community, that has the potential, to become a ruling voice in their region. Okay. You see, modern biblical communities, because see, we got to take those biblical principles and apply it to today. How come the church can't buy up 500 acres of land and build their own community? Why? The cult leaders do it. They'll buy land and build houses on it and build a whole community. Grow their own food, all that stuff, become self-sufficient. Look at the Amish people. Look at the Amish people. You can learn a thing or two from them. Don't nobody fool with no Amish people. Don't fool with them. They don't fool with the Amish people.
They don't.
They don't. They don't. First of all, the Amish people don't even need the government. They're self-sufficient.
Completely.
They got their own. I saw this thing called the Amish Mafia. It was funny.
Yeah, that TV show they had.
The Amish community, this Amish community had their own self-governing system. Like if a man won't do his duties at home, baby, you stood before a tribunal. Almost. At least that would look like to me, like a tribunal of some sort.
Yeah, they had them all standing in line to report their grievances. This neighbor did this, and this neighbor did that. And somebody was taking reports, and they was reviewing it. And in some cases, they were going to go see these people.
But see, that's biblical, though, because Paul even said you should be able to judge situations among yourself. You shouldn't have to take your grievance with another believer to a heathen court. You understand what I'm saying? So the church, in compliance with the laws of the land that don't defy the laws of God, okay, should become a self-governing system. Should become a self-governing system. Now, of course, you got a pedophile. You need to report him.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Now, you can't self-govern that, not according to the laws of the land.
Yeah. So we still want to respect the laws of the land, but we should become a self-governing system. You know, and we should become self-sufficient. But we don't see the value in that because, matter of fact, we can't even comprehend any kind of talk like this because we have become so accustomed to surviving in this world. And I believe before you can be a light in the world, like Jesus said, you got to learn to be separated from the world system, how they do things, and you know, become a part of something that God has established that has become self-sufficient. Okay, because you in order to be a light in the world, you can't need the world to become a light in it. Okay. How you gonna be a light of the world? You still on Section 8. Really be that bad, man.
No shame to anybody that's
there. No shame at all. But I'm saying you should want to stay there.
Right.
The problem is it's not how you start, it's where you stay.
Ooh, that's good.
It's not where you start, it's where you stay. A lot of y'all stay there. Okay, and you don't make you don't do nothing better with your life or nothing. You just try to ride them benefits out till your children get grown. And then God forbid they have children early, and then you repeat the same cycle. You still benefit. What is this? What is this? This is not of God. We got to do something different. And see, we're going to have to do, there needs to be a radical reformation in our modern church culture. Because all y'all do is have church every Sunday. All y'all do is have service. You think Jesus died on the cross just for you to have service every Sunday? What is that? He said, I come that you may have life and have life more abundantly. Okay. Sunday services with your little hymns and with your little praise and worship and with your little 30, 45-minute preaching and teaching and the laying on of hands and slaying them and paying your tithes off. Jesus died for more than that. He died for more than that. But we're not. We just think that Jesus died for Sunday mornings. For God so loved the world, not just the church. For God so loved the world that he gave his only begotten son, that whosoever may believe in him shall not perish but have everlasting life. So Jesus died for the world. He died for more than just your Sunday itaba. Shando. You think Jesus died for that?
Negative.
Y'all playing yourself, man. You playing yourself. You playing yourself. Think Jesus died for that? He didn't die for your hucking buck. Shando, shoot the bow and arrow. Shoot the bow and arrow. You know how they shoot the bow and arrow? Shando. Shando. Think Jesus died for your shando?
No.
Shut down. Instead of your shando, you need to shut down, get consecrated, and really get a vision from God for your life. And I'm telling you, with everything, the way society is going now, I told y'all, God's going to force a lot of y'all to shut your little rinky-dink churches down, with your 2 members. He's going to force y'all to merge because you're wasting resources on your pride. And God gave me my own. Ain't nobody coming to your stuff. Okay. Ain't nobody coming to your stuff. You need to take the little bit of vision you say you got, plug that into what someone else is doing that sits in a greater seat than you. That means, yeah, that's right. And you need to work together. But I posted something yesterday. Nobody wants to be number 2. Fat Joe was talking about how people don't want to be number 2. And he said, when he was coming up, his brother was the boss.
Yeah. And
he opened the door for his brother because his brother was the boss. Before he became the Don, his brother was the Don. Okay. And guess what? He had to open the door for his brother. He said, when he around people greater than him, he takes the service position. Y'all.
Now, how we missing this in the church, though?
And Fat Joe, a whole secular rapper out here, applying kingdom principles.
Come on.
And that's why he rich and a lot of y'all church folk are broke because you don't know how to open a door. You don't know how to become number 2 or number 3. You don't know how to become less than.
But see, the problem is people lack faith in God. Their fear is, well, if I open the door, what about me? Am I going to get to go through it? When you understand kingdom principles, most of the time you don't go through the door that you open. Somebody else opens the door for you.
Right.
Then say, I will open the door no man could close. You ain't supposed to open the door for yourself.
Right. God said he'll open the door
that no man can close. So if you trust him, you can confidently open the door for somebody else without a fear of what about me?
Jesus Christ. We got to get over ourselves. See, that's that survival mode stuff. What about me? What about me? What about me? What about me? Am I going to lose? 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 You don't trust God, baby.
See, survival mode is kryptonite to modern biblical communities.
It is.
It's a kryptonite because it keeps us, 1, from obeying the word, 2, from trusting the word, and 2, from being consistent. Survival mode keeps us in an opportunist type mentality. It's the sister of the opportunist mindset because opportunist is in it for me, period. The survival mode, well, I'm in it as long as I can survive. But in the event that things look sketchy, I got to look out for me. It's the sister of the opportunist mindset. So what happens is a lot of times you can't be consistent enough to hold that door long enough. Then what about me? What about me? Then while you worrying, you didn't let the door go. Now the door closed, ain't nobody going through the door. So that's something that we've got to look at in today's society. You know, it's something to consider. And I was having this conversation with one of our daughters in the Lord a few days ago. You know, people are fighting to hold on to their own. What? A hole in the wall. Most of you don't hardly have anything to hold on to. Me and mines.
Jeez.
You know, if we really grasp this principle, things will be a lot different. A lot different.
It's sad.
A lot different.
Come on now.
Why do you have people amongst you. You claim, in the Bible, the church folks, we love to say so-and-so our family. Okay, well, so-and-so is really your family. Why can't you band together and be more effective? You paying $1,800 in rent. They paying $1,800 in rent. Y'all, well, I don't know about now. These little prices done went up. But y'all could have got a house maybe last year and been paying half that.
I heard of something. I think there were like these 5 friends, right? I think there were about 5 friends. I could be quoting the story all wrong, but y'all gonna get the concept of what I'm saying. It was like 5 friends. They all got together and bought a house, right? They all got together, bought a house. They flipped that house. I think they lived in it for a little bit. Flipped it, and then bought another house. 5 friends all put their money together. I don't think they all had they didn't have a whole lot. They put their money together, flipped the house. Then they begin to like rent it or sell it out. I forgot what they did.
5 of them stopped paying rent. Yeah. You see what I'm saying?
You see what I'm saying? So then it became a process that they replicated to where now all of them are established and they still friends. I heard somebody else say, I don't want no friends I can't make money with.
That's true.
That's what he said.
That's true.
He said, I don't want no friends I can't make money with.
But going back to that example, okay, with the 5 friends.
Yeah.
Okay, a friend number 3 or 4 probably thinking, okay, well, they got the first house. When am I going to get my house? You see what I'm saying?
That's what some of y'all would think.
When am I going to get my house?
Right.
I can't watch 3 people get a house and I not get mine.
Right. It's crazy.
Or you got friend number 2. Okay, I done got my house. I don't want to keep doing this to help everybody else get their house.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? It's them 2 spirits. Yes, them 2 spirits right there. That is a poison to this type of biblical principle.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I don't watch person 1. I gotta watch 4 people get a house. Oh no, it's not worth all that for me.
Yeah, because see now you got to put your trust in someone else.
And it's that part right there.
Yeah.
That part right there.
You got to trust that somebody's going to keep their word. And in this day and age, a lot of people
trust your mama, aunt, uncle, cousin, everybody else, but the people God sent in your life.
A lot of y'all keep trusting people that failed you.
Ooh.
How many times your mama failed you? Be honest. But that's my mama. Some of y'all love y'all mama more than you love God. And mama gonna cause you to lose your soul.
And daddy too. But we've seen more mothers pull people out the will of God than fathers.
Oh God, yeah.
Talking about us person. We've seen it firsthand. People's mamas done pulled them right out the will of God. Oh yeah.
But how many times mama failed you? How many times daddy failed you? And you still listening to them? How many times your natural brothers and sisters have failed you, and you still listening to them?
Did you like?
I ain't talking about mistakes. I'm talking about failed you.
Everything to you that they did to Joseph, except selling you off.
Right. Well, that's my sister. I've seen people like I've heard some terrible things that family members have done to people. I'm like, you still talk to them?
Right. Why? Why y'all still going out for lunch?
Yeah.
I'm talking about when there's no repentance and change.
Yeah. Yeah. Some of them feel like, okay, we family, we supposed to get past that.
No, you can't get past it without some type of acknowledgement.
No. We need to at least have a one-on-one conversation. No recorders or anything like that, because y'all be recording conversations nowadays. Yeah, no recorders or nothing, and let's hash this out and be done with it. Yeah, but see, you got to put your trust in someone else. And when people are already in survival mode, they're not trustworthy. Because people that are in survival mode, they're all about themselves and what benefits them. You know, I keep giving of myself. I keep giving of myself. I keep giving. See, that's why the Bible says you got to lay down your life. The Bible says no greater love than this than a man that lay down his life for his brethren. They ain't just talking about dying physically. Okay. Have you laid down your life for the church? See, in a community, we all lay our life down for each other.
Come on.
See, that's where community starts right there. I love you so much. I'll lay down my life and my agenda to help see you prosper.
And see, that's hard for people
to help grasp. Us to prosper
that's
together.
That's hard for people to grasp in the church.
Yeah. But that's where it starts. If you don't have that attitude, your little community ain't going to work.
But see, it's hard for people to grasp because we still have not mastered seeing the Sister Watermelon that sit on the other side of the pew as true family.
Come on.
It literally deals with that spiritual transition of kinship.
Right.
Once you say you serving God and you're living for the Lord, those people who might be blood related to you are not necessarily your kin.
Right.
And when you've truly grasped this concept, you can look out for Sister Watermelon. You can trust Sister Watermelon to look out for you.
Right.
And this is why I believe for some people, unfortunately, you won't get it until you distance yourself from certain relatives.
Yeah.
First thing people want to holler, well, that look like a cult. I don't trust that. Okay, you let somebody else's doubt, fear, and unbelief filter your mind, and now you're echoing somebody else's fears.
Right.
You're echoing somebody else's worries. It's lacking because you're echoing the fears of somebody else.
I'm gonna tell you something.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna tell you something. When in the darkest times of my life, my natural family wasn't there.
Mm-hmm. That's true.
See, I'm gonna talk about me now. Mm-hmm. I'm gonna talk about me. You know, I love my natural family, but that's why I don't deal with none of them because I just don't have time to.
Mm-hmm.
I make time for people that are there for me.
Yeah.
I make time for people that make time. I make time for people that make time for me. Okay. When I was homeless, ain't none of my family take me in.
Mm.
Okay. When I had nowhere to stay, none of them took me in. You know, when I was a teenager being bounced around from house to house to house to house to house, ain't none of them want to be bothered. You understand what I'm saying? So I have found more community, more stability in my life from people outside of my natural family. You get around natural family, they just want to know what you've been doing.
And tell you how fat you are, how skinny you got, and how good you look, how bad you look.
First of all, if I ain't seen you in a whole year, ain't none of your darn business what I'm doing. You understand what I'm saying? So you see all them stick together. You see all them stick together. You see all the little
and keep each other down.
Oh yeah. You see all them stick together and stuff like that. And then, but you they don't think about you.
Mm-hmm.
You understand what I'm saying? So nobody got time for that. You understand? So and like you said, you know, in biblical times, people, you know, who really was a part of the church, they lost everything.
Mm-hmm.
You know, their families disowned them and everything else. And to a degree, when you serve God right, a lot of people that you love may not really fully receive that part of you. Then what you gonna do? You can't invest that part into them.
Mm.
So that's why you bring it into the community of believers. And again, people say, "Oh, that's cultish. That's cultish. That's cultish." No. You can call it what you want, but it's biblical. It's biblical. First of all, why you think some of these cults gain ground to begin with? Because they apply God's principles.
Mm-hmm.
They may not. They may have a diabolical agenda behind it, but they apply God's principles. And the reason why a lot of y'all church folks are broke is because a lot of y'all church folks refuse to come together. You refuse to come together, baby. I don't care if you have to. I don't care if you have to write up a contract that all y'all sign or something. Okay, which it shouldn't take all that, but nowadays
it shouldn't.
You got to have legalities in place with church folks because I've met some crooked. Matter of fact, the most crooks I met been in church. Okay, but nonetheless, church people need to learn to come together. See, as long as we're divided, we can't make no waves, we can't make no moves. See, division is a strategy. You know, I heard somebody say one time, recently, I think it was Andrew Tate, if I'm not mistaken. And a lot of people don't like him, and I can't fully agree with everything he say, but he makes some valid points about certain stuff now. He said, first of all, there is no racism. There's rich and poor. You think a rich white billionaire is racist against a black billionaire? Mm. Okay. They houses in the same neighborhood. It's rich and poor. He said all that racism is for the poor people, to keep them divided. Mm. Oh, happy day. Oh, happy day. Yeah. All that racism is for poor people, because rich people ain't rich people ain't worried about whether somebody black or white. No, when they're in the same circle.
No.
See, some of y'all in this race struggle because you poor. Okay. You poor. I don't. Yeah, I said it. Yeah, I said it. All y'all Black Lives Matter enthusiasts, you are poor. Most of y'all poor. That's why that movement calls you to raid black-owned businesses and burn them to the ground.
Silly.
With your dumb self.
I'm like, okay, you supporting black people, but you ruining black people's income. You're ruining black neighborhoods.
You're dumb. That's why.
It's crazy.
You're dumb. You're dumb. Racism is for poor people, because see, people who think on a higher level,
they don't have time for that.
People who's on a higher frequency, they don't even think like that. Okay. Matter of fact, if you really cared about your race, you'll be looking to get some black people out of poverty, instead of making excuses for the white man oppressing them. Just dumb. And we have that in the church too. We had that in the church.
Come on.
We had that crap in the church, and that's why a lot of church people stay poor. Because you keep engaging the illusion and the smoke screen and not seeing what's really happening. Because they want to keep some of the elite class elite and keep all the little workers working. All the little workers working so they can ride off of your... I'm exposing the strategy of the devil right now. Yeah. Why do you think they're trying to hike your taxes up? Okay. Huh? In the name of helping America. And
then people complaining, well, they need to be taking that much money from the wealthy people. Let them take half your paycheck and see how you act.
Yeah, a paycheck that you earned. Taking more money from those that have it is never going to put more in your pocket. It sure ain't, because all that money going to the government, baby.
It ain't going to you.
It ain't going to you. It's going to it's going to the government, and the government decides how that money is spent or dispensed. And the money that should be going to you is going to foreign aid.
That's another story. So let's talk about modern biblical community. What should we be doing? We should be banding together in some type of way.
Yes.
Banding together in some type of way.
Yes.
Whether you band together in living arrangements, you band together to figure out how to start a business. You band together to, start some type of academy to help each other's kids. Whatever you do, you band together to grow some fruits and vegetables. There has to be some kind of communal project together that's going to be for the benefit of all, or it's going to be a progressive benefit, or it's going to benefit all, but it may start one by one. And that's usually how it works.
Right.
And it's going to require commitment, not just until it's your turn, commitment until everybody's turn is seen, so to speak.
Right.
Until everybody gets what they have worked hard for. And it's going to require trust, and it's require you to have faith and to be diligent and have endurance.
I don't want nobody around me I can't make money with. I'm sorry. In this day and age, I ain't getting no younger.
Yeah.
Okay. I ain't getting no younger.
It's like once you hit 30, your whole perspective on life just shifts.
I'm half a decade away from 40. Okay. Listen, I don't got time to play game with folk. You want to be lazy and you want to be selfish and you want to be in survival mode, stay the hell away from me. Stay away from me.
You over there.
Either you're a blessing or you're a burden.
Bless you.
God bless you. Stay over there. I love you. If I got a prophetic word, I give it to you. I lay hands on you and bless you and go on by my business. But you can't be around me all the time. No. I've seen more productivity from people who understand God, but they're not fully in God, but they understand God. Mm-hmm. I deal with them. Mm-hmm. I deal with them first before I deal with some of these Christians. And it's sad because it shouldn't be this way, because we should be a community.
But you know what, though? When they worked this principle in the Bible, they saw what they had multiply. That's the key. So even if it don't seem like a lot, are you really willing to trust God to actually put it to where it can multiply?
The Lord added to the church as much should be saved, but he added to the right model. Mm-hmm. Who wouldn't want to join something like that? Okay. Yeah. Y'all persecuted, but y'all flourish though. Mm-hmm. Nobody want to join a movement where you persecuted, but then you got to run in the cave, and then you still got to scramble and for scraps on what to eat and stuff like, man, that stuff ain't God. That's why a lot of y'all church people need to get together and make some money. I don't care if it's nothing but 5 or 6 of y'all. Get together, okay, write all your passions down, okay. I'm gonna give you a strategy for free, but you need to sow. Okay, you should sow into it, but I'm gonna give it to you for free. Buy the truth, don't sell it. There's a difference. Okay. Mm-hmm. Anyway, so a lot of you write your skills down, things that you're good at. Okay, and what's gonna make the most money first? Do that, and then once that gets going, and then work the next one, and when then that gets going, work the next one. You understand what I'm saying? Everybody putting their part into it to make sure that it works. There's plenty of community strategies out here. Mm-hmm. Come on now. Or how about if somebody's doing something, hey, let's rally around you and let's get this done. And then in turn, we do the same thing for someone else. Mm. That's what y'all should be doing. Listen, I refuse to serve God and be broke. I ain't doing it. I'm not doing it. I decided I wasn't going to do that years ago. Community is community is one of the major strategies of the hour. This go for you pastors, and this go for all y'all out there. Okay, listen, even secular millionaires do this. Mm-hmm. Even secular millionaires do this. They have roommates that they go into business with. Huh? So it is what it is.
Absolutely.
It is what it is. You got to do different because what you're doing now ain't working for you.
No. And if you keep doing what you're doing, you're gonna find yourself in an interesting space in the future.
You need to get all your little friends together. You get all for real. If you say you got friends, get all your little friends together. And guess what? If they're not trying to put into, guess what? You may need to recategorize. I ain't say cut them off, but recategorize them, because your life ain't no different with them in it.
Yep. I gave that same advice to somebody. And they was working on a project, reached out to, so-called friends and family. Hey, this amount I need. Can you put something towards it? $100, $50, $20. I said, so these people claim to be your friends, your families, your ride or die. And in 8-9 months, nobody had some of them did, donate to the project. But in 9 months, you don't have $25 to help somebody launch their dream off the ground. In 9 months, you don't have $50 to help somebody launch their dream off the ground. I said, you need to make a list of all of those people. You need to limit your dealings with them.
Yeah.
Because they're not really for you.
No, indeed.
How 9 months you don't have $25? You could take like $1.50, $1 for $1.50 a paycheck. You could have had that.
Right.
Come on now. You can't have $25 in 9 months to help somebody launch their dream.
That's crazy. That's crazy. A lot of you pastors need to band together.
Yeah.
A lot of you churches need to band together. A lot of you believers need to band together. Okay, because that's the only way you're gonna work. Because see, you it's already proven you can't prosper by yourself.
Yes.
Because if you could, you would have been prospered by now. Mm-hmm. No. You need somebody. You need to surround yourself with people that think differently than you. You surround yourself with people, okay, that have similar dreams and goals that you have. Mm-hmm. You need to connect yourself with people. You need to build a community. That's what you need to do.
That's it.
That's how the early church flourished, and that's how that's how you're gonna prosper. Because I'm telling you, with this economy and all this other stuff, and the way stuff going in this current administration, you're gonna need it.
Absolutely. Well, listen, we hope you've enjoyed this episode of the F3 podcast. Be sure to check out the links in the show notes and find out how you can be a supporter of the podcast. Definitely take us with you on the go and follow us over on IG at King in Queen Blair. Until next time on the F3 podcast. Goodbye.